on our assessment. As you can see here, toy industry is quite competitive. Large retailers have high bargaining power, and the rivalry among current companies is quite fierce. Now, in the SWOT analysis, we found what differentiates Job from other toy makers is the strong brand of electronic quality toy and also the low-cost production. Now, we also have done financial analysis, and we found that Job is highly leveraged. As you can see here, the company's debt-to-equity ratio nearly tripled its peers. Meanwhile, the return on equity is only 5% higher than the industry. We see there are still room for improvement given the level of leverage.
Next, we divide into 4 business issues here. First is nurturing propulsion for Dania. Second is fault in your flying spaceship toy. The third issue is launch smartphone application for 9 to 11 age group. And the last issue is late delivery of Christmas product. How do we prioritize the issue? We use key success factors for the toys industry, and we divide into 7 key success factors. But there's too many, right? We have to prioritize which are the major criteria to prioritize the issue. So we use the matrix comparison to compare each criteria, and we got 5 major criteria from urgently needed to resolve, high reputational impact, legal and ethical consideration, high financial impact, and also high probability to quick result. And now we got 4 business issue and also 5 criteria, right? So we can use a matrix prioritization. From the matrix, we see that the first issue is fault in your flying spaceship toy, because it has high in the old criteria but low in the financial impact. And the second issue is the late delivery of Christmas product, because it has high in the urgently needed to resolve and also the probability to quick result. And the third issue is nurturing proposal for Dania. It has medium point in the financial impact and also the probability to quick result. And the last issue is launching smartphone application. It has high in the financial impact but low in the other criteria. So this is our prioritized issue, and we will elaborate each of 4 prioritized issues with this following order.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do first priority issue for the new flying spaceship toy. As we know, you have launched new radical and innovative product, flying spaceship. Currently, this product has the highest margin and boosting your sales. But in serious problem happen that could harm the children as your end consumers. Why we put this problem as the first priority? Because 20% is sold to end consumers, which is 1,200 could injure the children. As a result, you will be facing a lot of risk that not only losing your reputation but also lead to bankrupt. Moreover, your strategic positioning as quality electronic toy brand may be destroyed and losing your competitive advantage. This problem could bring your revenue and gross profit reduced by more than 1%. So we can say that overall risk of this problem is high. To solve this problem, we developed 4 alternatives here. Alternative 1, rework only the retailer's inventory. Alternative 2, rework completely up to end consumers. Alternative 3, write off the product only to retailer's inventory. And alternative 4 is write off the product completely up to end consumers. And if you choose alternative 1 or 2, it will lead to rework cost. And if you choose alternative 3 or 4, it will result in revenue loss. Besides the financial criteria that we have discussed before, you should also consider the other criteria like legal risk, reputation to retailers and the end consumers, and also the easiness of implementations. From the weighted score method here, the highest score is alternative 2. Why? Because it has low legal risk and high customer trust and loyalty impact in the long term. So for the short-term action, we recommend you to rework and recall the flying spaceship completely up to end consumers, and it just costs you 60,000 euros. And we developed effective sequential action steps for you. First, you should rework the inventory in your warehouse and give quarantine notice to retailers. After that, you can replace the retailer's inventory with new improved product. And then you can publish the recall notice to end consumers in order to rework the product from the recall notice. And the implementation of all these steps will require 6 weeks. And this step will ensure Job achieve the target sales in Christmas 2005. For the long-term prevention, we recommend you to inspect the product in 3 main processes: design and prototyping, market testing, and mass production process. And we call it 3-point inspection. And you should put safety as the first priority. And the last, you should provide warranty services to end consumers in order to knowing the product error information immediately.
So ladies and gentlemen, coming to the second issue, late Christmas delivery. We analyzed when the problem raised when one of Job's supplier can call is only be able to deliver 75% on time and 25% late. We analyzed the financial impact for this problem. We compared the late product and expected sales in order to get expected loss, which is only 0.0%, which is insignificant for the financial. For the strategic impact, we know that 68% Jolt sales concentrated on the large retailers and 32% concentrated on the small and medium retailers. But it doesn't close any opportunity for these small and medium retailers to grow in the future. So, late product will lead to long-term financial loss. For the reputational impact, it is sales peak season. Late product will decrease customer satisfaction. We assess 3 alternative solutions. The first is Jolt needs to prioritize the major customer in order to maintain the relationship, but Jolt needs to expect losses from the small and medium retailers. Second alternative is deliver 600 late units equally to all retailers. The third is engage other suppliers in order to fulfill the late product. Our short-term recommendations for Jolt is 75% on-time product will go to the major customer, which is 68% will go to large retailers, and the rest 7% will go to the prospective small and medium retailers. And 25% late product, Jolt needs to minimize the late time. How? First, asking God to directly deliver the product from retailers and from suppliers to retailers. Second, using your plain store of ship and all costs incurred will be covered by God and will go to the small retailers. And what happens with 20% product late? Well, to minimize the loss, Jolt can still sell this product on the Black Sunday, which will be fall, and 23rd December 2012, and all will go to small retailers by offering compensation, such as other toys or cheaper price. Our short-term recommendation requires 7 weeks to be implemented. And here is our long-term recommendation. First, Jolt needs to make lists of reputational suppliers in order to provide alternative when something happens. Second, Jolt needs to do contract review in order to know compensations, contract content, and the penalty. And the third is Jolt needs to use supplier relationship management and IT system in order to provide collaborative information in order to control and track the ability of the supplier to make the order every time.
The third issue is nearshoring proposal for Dania. This issue is come up when the increasing cost of manufacturing in China, especially cost of labor. This proposal aims to transfer contract of outsourced company from China to Poldania, which is located in Eastern Europe, to keep low-cost production. Before further analysis, let's see the comparison of several costs between. First is cost of labor. The cost of labor in China is lower than Poldania, but it has higher growth. So in the 9th year, the cost of labor in China will be as high as in Poldania. The second is cost of machining. The cost of machining in China is lower than Poldania, but the cost of distribution in China is much higher than Poldania. So the financial impact for the proposal in the next 5 years is, first, it will increasing cost of labor 600,000 euro, and then increasing cost of machining 392,000 euro, but it will decreasing cost of distribution 1.4 million euro. Or in the other words, the proposal will give the impact for the company 411,000 euro, or net present value 258,000 euro. For the operational impact, since the distance between China to Europe is 1,200 kilometers, this proposal will reduce the lead time of product. Because Poldania is located in Europe, and Europe is major customer of the company. And second, company can choose another cheaper and faster distribution model, since Jolt can use truck to distribute all of the product in all around the world, all around the Europe also. And the second is strategic impact. For the strategic impact, it will maintain its profit margin and also the target operating profit. So our recommendation is to accept this proposal. but there are several ways that Jot must do to keep this proposal profitable. First is transfer prioritized bulky product or big size product that have high cost of shipping. And the second is develop new distribution model like distribution route, vendor, and also mode of transportation.
Okay, so now the fourth issue is proposal of launching a range of toys. And the idea here is to launch a smartphone games. Why? Because children nowadays have more access to smartphone, especially age 9 to 11. Now to assess this proposal, we use three analyses. First is the suitability analysis. And here we found that this is the right moment for Jot to expand. And fail to capture this opportunity, Jot just might end up like Kodak film or Sony Walkman. And we also found numerous research predicting that smartphone games will have a bright future. Now, second analysis, we try to assess the acceptability of the proposal in terms of financial and stakeholders' perspective. Now, financially, the proposal is very profitable. As you can see here, it has very high net present value and very high internal rate of return. However, you are still not sure about the initial cost, right? That is why we have developed this sensitivity analysis to show you that even when the initial cost is as high as 200,000 euro at 30% discount rate, it still generates positive net present value. And to assess the acceptability from stakeholders' perspective, we have identified three most important stakeholders for Jot. First is the bank, and since Jot is already highly leveraged, it's important that you do not breach any debt covenant while realizing the proposal. And second, for the major retailer, we do not see any significant impact to them. But for the government, the most important thing here is, of course, to comply to any regulations regarding smartphone games. Now, in the third analysis, we try to determine whether or not it is feasible for Jot to approve the proposal. Now, from financial point of view, the initial cost, 30,000 euro, is very small compared to Jot's total asset. But if you benchmark to a well-known game, Angry Bird, they know to cost around 100,000 euro to build an update. So it gives us an approximate value of what it really will cost Jot to approve the proposal. And we also realized Jot has no capabilities in making smartphone games. But we found there are numerous game developers that Jot can use to overcome this lack of expertise. Now, so based on our three analyses, we recommend you to accept the proposal, but with a few things to keep in mind. First, keep control of the initial cost because Jot is already highly leveraged. Second, carefully consider the game content and marketing strategies. Jot can use ratings, for example, or similar strategies such as Activity by Mattel, which combines smartphone games and traditional toys. And the third is to carefully choose the game developer by considering the game quality and the control you will have over them.
Ladies and gentlemen, business is not only from one side to provide profit, but also business must take ethical aspect into account. Here, we have three ethical recommendations for you. First, you should refuse to buy brand. While it time-consuming in the beginning, but it will increase reputation in integrity. And you should build an extensive communication with not only Jordanian government, but also the pressure group and community leaders. And the second, you should recall the flying spaceship completely up to end consumers to avoid injuring children. While it needs higher additional costs, but it will need stricter regulation and reduce the legal risk. And the last, you should give compensation to small retailers to avoid unfair distribution when you prioritize to distribute on-time products to large retailers.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to our conclusions and action plan. For the first problem found in your flying spaceship toy, our short-term recommendations for you is improve installations completely until the end consumers, and for long-term prevention, first, provide a quality policy, second, create warranty service, and for the problem, late Christmas delivery. Here is our short-term recommendations. Deliver 75% on-time product to big retailers first and the next priority retailers. For the long-term prevention, first, make list of reputational suppliers, second, review the contract, and third, implement supplier relationship management. For the proposal nearshoring in Jordania, we recommend Jot to accept the proposal. But first, Jot needs to prioritize the transfer of bulky product, second, develop new distribution model. For the proposal, launching new range of toys, we propose you to accept it. But first, George needs to control the initial cost. Second, develop game contents and marketing strategies. Third, control the quality of the game developer. So we developed the action plan for our recommendations. For the first issue, flying, spaceship recall, and late delivery, it can be also finished in November or December 2012. For the proposal for the nearshoring, George can start to publish the tender at the beginning of March and start to appoint the manufacturing at the end of May. For launching smartphone game, George can start to design the idea until the game development at 2013. So, at the beginning of 2004, George can try to promote and launch the new range of toys. Ladies and gentlemen, our recommendations will bring you 3 things. First, we will help George to improve operations efficiency. Second, we will help George to increase its value up to 500,000 euros. And third, we will help George to better promote its ethical image. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the end of our presentation. Dear Super Team, thank you so much for your attention.